ways. Oftentimes when we're out and about, we meet somebody. We were at Final Four. You were walking down the hallway, minding your own business, and we stopped you and asked you to play a little trivia game for us. And so you said, "I'll only do it if you can highlight a program that I'm involved in."
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, here's how it all went down. Here you go. How many points is a three-pointer worth?
3 points.
Slam dunking.
Slam dunking.
I'm gonna give you a hint.
Okay. Deborah dunking.
So we played that trivia game, but it was really nice because after we talked to each one of you, actually had things that you were involved in, nonprofit issues that you were involved in, and tell us about the one that you were involved in.
Well, I came up with a program called The Future Starts Now. And what we did was we went to Spring High School, we went to Cashmere, we found young men that came from single parent homes or just families that are trying to make it. So we picked some young men that are outstanding young men, especially these three right here. Yeah.
But how this all started for you is that you were in a store.
I was in a store.
Yeah.
I was in a store, and this was this lady. She was getting ready to buy her son a suit. And she was like, you know what, she said, no matter what, I'm going to get this suit for you. So it made me realize there's a lot of people out there that don't have the necessities to buy for these kids. I said, you know what, I'm going to call some of my great friends and people that are businesses and have them involved in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they came aboard, and it was one of the best projects I've ever been a part of.
You and I come from a generation of parents who,
yes.
They had to work hard too. Sometimes that one suit they had was put on layaway, but they knew that was what they wanted to do to present an image. Your dad always said to you, the image you present is very important.
My dad was very strict on that. We couldn't go out the house without your shirt on or your clothes on. He was just always that way, and I've always been that way since I've been grown. I installed it in my kids and a lot of people that I know.
Yeah.
So
as we tell the young people, I tell my son, look, I know sometimes I get on you about what you're wearing, but that's because my mother picked cotton, and she said she would always thumb through the old Sears catalog and dream of the clothes that she could buy one day. And so she really dressed her kids that way. You could see that that was one of the things that she thought was so important for us to put our best foot forward, best face forward. All right. You love seeing the students' reactions when they find out that they're getting a suit.
It was interesting when I went over to the school, and I was like, okay, I met each and every last one of them, and they were just so excited. And they were just like, hey man, when can we open up the bag? You know, it was in a K&G bag. Okay, Gary, when we gonna open it up? Man, give me time, you know. And so they were so excited when they got the suits, and just to see the joy on their face, to see the kids from Spring High School, the joy on their face.
Because it means much more than just the suit itself.
That's the thought.
Tyron, you're the oldest of 7 children. I'm just going to imagine not a whole lot of money to go around to buy things like a suit.
Yeah.
All right, so how did it make you feel when you got the suit?
It made me feel great. Like, not only did this successful man come back to like where he came from and get back to the community, but I want to study business, so it's something that's like really essential to me as well.
Yeah, because you can wear a lot of suits in your life. You are ranked number 5 in your graduating class. You're the president of the National Honor Society. You're involved in student council, and you also support your other siblings in their education. So what's next for you?
I'm going to be starting as a freshman at UT Austin.
Oh, hook 'em horns, that's right. Come on, we all want to hook 'em horns. There you go. And like you said, you want to go into business, but it made you happy that, because you have a suit, and also happy that someone who you didn't even know, generally, cared for you.
Yes.
All right. DeAndre, you're the youngest of how many kids?
It's 10 of us.
10 of y'all.
Yes.
Wow, okay. You're ranked number 4 in your graduating class. You played varsity football. You joined the varsity wrestling team as well. So you also knew the value of extracurricular activities, programs like TSU Upward Bound and Miles Ahead Scholars. You're going to this little school in Bryan College Station. Actually, yeah, I've got the producer in line. Yeah, I'm surrounded by Aggies at work. But what did the suit mean for you?
To me, it meant that someone was still watching me, that no matter how far I came along my journey. That there's still people witnessing what I have to offer, and people that are willing to celebrate my accomplishments.
And what would you like to do after you graduate from college?
I want to be a computer scientist. I want to create my own devices, apps, and games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Move over Bill Gates, that type of thing? Move over Michael Bell? He's like, oh, yeah, this is all of us. All right. Marcus, you're the oldest of 4 siblings, but you're the only male role model in your home. And for you to get a suit meant what?
What it meant for me, well, really it wasn't really just me. Because when I saw it, it was like we were all chosen. Because it was random. We chilling in class. We get a message on Teams. And they're just like, come meet us now.
Now, yeah.
And so we go in there like, so we chose y'all to get some suits, and the fact that it was us and how tightly knit we are and how long we've been working on things together, it shows that we've done so much and we came so far. So I felt it was really impactful.
Yeah. You're the student body president, student council president, peer mentor on mental health issues, and you founded several clubs as well. Where are you going to college, and what would you like to do after you graduate from college?
I'm going to the University of North Texas to study pre-med, and after that, I'm going to go to medical school, and I'm trying to become an anesthesiologist.
All right, you're not trying to, you're going to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to change that word right there. All right, so many times, as you all know, we hear about especially young African American men in the news, and we don't see y'all, but there's plenty of y'all. And I want to ask you, even though your families, each one of your families, have dealt with some issues like most families do, especially economically, what made the difference in your family? I'll start with you.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what made the difference in your family? Why are you not a statistic as sometimes we look at the news and it says that we should be?
I feel like, well, when I was younger, I felt like education would be the easiest way for me to make something of myself. So I joined Mousenhead Scholars with these two in their inaugural class in my 9th grade year, and they taught us a lot of strategies that would help us get to college, get those scholarships, and those 4 rides. And I just knew, like, there's a lot of ways to become successful, but I feel like education is the most reliable.
Absolutely.
So I stuck to that.
Yeah. DeAndre, what made the difference for you?
Actually, my brothers were telling me something similar to this a couple of days ago. They were telling me that there's so many people like doing wrong. Like, you don't have to go experience them. If you wonder what it's like to like go to jail, or, like do anything illegal, there's so much like that around me that for me to experience it for myself isn't necessary. That I should take pride into doing something more successful, something more legal, and everything that's just more positive. And I also want to be a good role model for my nieces and nephews, because they're coming up, they're growing up. So I want them to have something that
You feel a responsibility to the next generation right behind you.
Right, because I didn't usually have that for a very long time, or
You become
consistently.
what you decide to become, not what somebody tells you you're going to become. Marcus?
For me, I can definitely say it was what I grew up around. So, education, while it is a big thing within my family, like it always will be, that wasn't shown. Not everyone graduates, not everyone tries to do things. There's always a problem, and then there's just so much going on around everywhere where I live. So, with that, it's so much to see that it makes me want to change.
Yeah, you can't control out there, but you can control what
Exactly.
your life is.
And it's like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
And I got 3 other siblings behind me, and why would I want them to see their oldest brother doing something like that? That does so much. So me going out to get my education does a lot for them.
Yeah. Speaking of being a role model, you all are already speaking of being role models. We know 50 Cent has been a great role model. The G Unity Business Lab down at the Ion Center, each one of you is a part of that, right? And so what did you learn through that opportunity?
Well, I learned that I learned that entrepreneurship is also like one of my dreams because like being able to